Talking Texas A&M because the Aggies are trending for flips and they got top targets coming to campus this weekend. Aggies currently with the number 6 class in 2026 and the number 1 class in 2027. So 3 weeks from signing day, looking to add some more. Obviously, it's going to be flips because everybody's committed. Safety, Braylon Womack committed to Auburn. He's on campus. Edge, KJ Ford committed to UF. And wide receiver, Jaden Warren committed to Houston. Steve, I mean, could they land all three?
Well, they're in the mix, but
Yeah.
KJ Ford is the one I would point to first from Duncanville. Early in his process, I thought Texas A&M was the team to beat. He's been on the radar for a long time. Tony Gerard leading the charge. The season that the Aggies are having, this is his third time visiting this year. Now, he went to the Auburn game, returned for the Florida game. Now coming back this weekend, did not visit Texas Tech last weekend. He does have a trip with USC on the docket, but
Yeah.
talking to sources with knowledge of the recruitment, that one looks to be trending well for Texas A&M at this point for KJ Ford. Braylon Womack, he's been one of Texas A&M's top targets regardless of position this entire cycle. Mike Elko and company absolutely love him. Coach Ish, he is the safety that fits what they want to do on the back end of their defense. And this is a safety-centric defense. I mean, Mike Elko is a safety guy. And they've prioritized him. They built a good relationship with him. This weekend's about making him feel more comfortable with College Station. You know, he felt at home at Auburn on the plains, away from the football program. His sister plays softball there. He believed in Coach Durkin's defense and the trajectory of the Auburn program. Obviously, they're going through some wholesale changes now at Auburn. They're expecting to hire a great coach. In the meantime, Braylon Womack's out keeping some other schools warm. Was at Mississippi State last weekend. But Texas A&M, this is not a new relationship. This is a program that's been in the picture for a long time. He knows how he fits with the defense. He's excited about that part. Can they make him feel at home in College Station this weekend? I think that's a big thing. And Jaden Warren committed to Houston. This is his second visit, an official visit. Shows you that Ohio State's at least, or that Texas A&M is at least trending up in the recruitment of Jaden Warren. Now, he's back at Houston recently, saying all the right things to Coach Fritz and that staff. They had Keyshawn Henderson, their five-star quarterback, spending time with them on his last visit to Houston. But he still continues to keep Texas A&M at the very least warm. And he is their top receiver target as we head down the stretch. And they put the finishing touches on this class that has a chance to finish in the top 5.
All right. So we'll see who they can flip on campus this weekend. But there's one more not on campus that I want to talk to you about because the rumors are swirling as LSU does not have a coach, but they do have number 1 athlete Lamar Brown still on their commit list. I know the Aggies have been heavily involved with Brown prior to his commitment to LSU, but have they given up?
No, still some dialogue there. That's a young man that they've invested a lot of time and energy into his recruitment, got him to campus a bunch. And Texas A&M has always been considered that chief competition to LSU. Now it's going to be a tough flip for Lamar Brown. LSU expects to hire a frontline coach. He loves the Tigers program and Baton Rouge and Death Valley, regardless of who's in the corner office. So going to be a tough flip, but A&M still hanging in there. Ethan Booby Feaster,
Yeah.
receiver committed to USC. That's another one that there's dialogue continues with as well. So Texas A&M burning up the phone lines, still working on the trail, and they got a lot to sell with the way they're playing on the field. There's some people out there that think that they're the number 1 team in the country this year. They're at number 3 right now. They
Mm-hmm.
should win these next 2 games, South Carolina, and then they have the throwaway SEC game, and then they get Texas to end the season in a massive game, but they should have already locked up a college football playoff spot by that point, regardless of what happens in the Aggies-Longhorns game.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. But Lamar Brown, number 1 athlete, could be a big one. It just feels like Ohio State and Texas A&M right now are the big sharks on the trail. Like if Ohio State or A&M is coming after one of your commitments, you better watch out. All right, let's flip our focus back to 2027, back to guys that are going to be on campus, and back to the Aggies surging towards, well, they have that number 1 class, but they want to finish number 1 overall. And there's some big names in that 27 class on campus this weekend, Steve.
The NFL season is heading down the stretch, and who doesn't love to see their favorite NFL team live and in person, especially when you go with a bunch of buddies or family? But tickets aren't easy to find, especially this time of year. If your team is chasing after a division championship like mine is here in Indianapolis, Well, thankfully, the Gametime app gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing ticket experiences, and it only takes a few simple clicks. The app is easy to use, and the Gametime guarantee means you can trust that you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. You can even get NFL games as low as $100. That's why I use the Gametime app. It's super simple and it makes the experience of buying great seats a breeze. Also, one of the coolest features I've seen is the Gametime lowest price guarantee. It's where Gametime will credit you 100% of the difference to guarantee you're getting the lowest price if you find cheaper tickets elsewhere. So here's what we're going to do. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use the promo code WILTFONG, WILTFONG, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That's WILTFONG, WILTFONG, for $20 off. Gametime. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Yeah, Josh, to your point, Texas A&M and Ohio State, the way they're playing on the field, the cultures within their program and the resources they have to recruit players, they're very formidable on the trail right now. Raylon Henry, the number 8 corner in the country, uh, Texas A&M heavy favorite there. He's expected to commit this weekend. Love where the Aggies stand there. Join Sam Spiegelman in predicting in-state 4-star edge rusher Caden McCarty to Texas A&M. He's going to commit this winter. That's trending well for the Aggies today. Spiegelman and I predicted offensive tackle Caden Scott out of San Antonio to Texas A&M. So they're really starting to build the foundation of this class that's going to have a chance to finish number 1 nationally in 2027. We talked about Kennedy Brown in the Georgia segment. Maybe he pops up at A&M again. He's been at Texas A&M a bunch this season. Quay Ford's going to be on campus, another coveted in-state offensive lineman. Zane Rose, an edge rusher from Denton that they're trying to get back. So there's going to be some big-time 2027s on campus. But A&M is pushing towards building momentum for the college football playoff. They want to win the SEC. They want to be rolling going into those big games in December, in January. But one place where they're certainly rolling right now is the recruiting trail in 2026 and 2027, going into another exciting recruiting weekend inside Kyle Field.
Yeah. Aggie fans, talk to Steve and I about who, if you could have it your way, who would you want the Aggies to flip down the stretch? Let us know. Comment section below.